Prepare statement of cost for the year ended 31st December 2019. So, the year was started January to the year was ended December. The information was stock of finished goods. January means it was opening balance 6,000. 31st December means its closing balance 15,000. Stock of raw materials 40,000, 50,000. So, stock of raw materials means opening stock was 40,000 and the closing stock was 50,000. The next, work in progress 15,000, 10,000. January 1st balance 15,000 was the opening work in progress, 10,000 was the closing work in progress. After that information, purchases of materials 4,75,000, carriage inwards 12,500, wages 1,75,000, work manager's salary 30,000, factory employees salary 60,000, factory rent, taxes and insurance 7,250, power expenses 9,500, other production expenses 43,000, general expenses 32,500, sales for the year 8,60,000. First of all, you took the opening stock. Opening stock means stock of raw materials 40,000. You have to first take it. After that, you add the purchases of materials. So, opening stock plus purchases of material, you first add it. After that, you subtract the closing stock. Then you got the material consumed. Okay. Next, here in this sum, the carriage inwards was given. So, this item must be added to the purchases of materials. So, the material consumed was calculated with taking of opening stock of material, add purchases of material, add carriage inwards. After that, you subtract stock of materials, means at the closing balance 50,000. Then you got the material consumed. After that, you have to add the wages and other production expenses. Wages and other production expenses was considered as the direct expenses. So, you got the prime cost. The next information, work manager's salary. Work manager's salary was treated as a factory overheads. Factory employees' salary is also the factory overheads. Factory rent, taxes and insurance also the factory overheads, power expenses. All these items was regarded to the factory overheads. After that, you got the gross work cost. Then you add the opening work in progress 15,000, subtract the closing work in progress 10,000. Then you got the item gross work cost. After that, the heading was at office and administrative overheads. In that heading, you took the general expenses. General expenses, the point was considered as office and administrative overheads. Then you got the cost of production. The next, the stock of finished goods, opening balance must be added and closing balance must be subtracted. Then you got the cost of production of goods sold. After that, the heading was selling and distribution overheads. In that, there was no item was related to the selling expenses. So, the same amount was carried forward to the total cost. Then you take the sales, take the at the last. Then you verify the solutions. The first, the other items was income tax, dividend, debenture interest, transfer to sinking fund, goodwill written off, payment of sales tax, selling expenses. In these items, you took only the cost relevant items. That means income tax. Income tax is not need for calculation of cost of production. So, this item was not related. So, it was exempted from the cost sheet. After that, dividend. Dividend is not the item of cost item. debenture interest transferred to SF means sinking fund. All these items were not related to the cost of production. That's why these items was not entered in cost sheet. Goodwill written off is also not, it was a capital nature of items. These items was not included in cost sheet. Payment for sales tax. So, the sales tax was related to the cost sheet, then it was taken as selling and distribution overheads. Selling expenses. Selling expenses is considered in sales, selling and distribution overheads. Now, the solution for the problem. The first, you have to put the heading cost sheet as on 31st March 2014. So, the year end date must you take it. Particulars, rupees. In that, you take opening stock 40,000, add the purchases 4,75,000, add carriage inwards 12,500. So, opening stock plus purchases plus carriage inwards, all these items must be added. Now, you get the item 5,27,500. After that, you subtract the closing stock. Already it was given in the problem, the stock of raw materials at the end. So, you subtract 50,000. Now, you get the 4,77,500. It was called as a material consumed. Next, the continuation of the sum. Add wages, other production expenses. Wages. So, material consumed ki other direct wages, other production expenses add cheste 2,18,000. So, material consumed plus direct expenses add cheste 6,95,500. It was treated as a prime cost. After that, the heading factory overheads. In this heading, you took all the items related to the factory. All the items related to the factory, in sum they was given work manager salary 30,000, factory employees salary 60,000, factory rent, taxes, insurance 7,250, power expenses 9,500. All these inner column items must be added and carried forward to the outer column. Now you got the item 1,06,750. After that, this item was added to the prime cost. Now you got 8,02,250. It named as gross work cost. After that, you add opening work in progress 15,000. Now the item was 8,17,250. After that, the continuation of the sum. Less closing work in progress 10,000. Now you got 8,07,250. It's named as net work cost. The work cost must be taken in factory overheads. The meaning was the work was considered only in factory. That wise, the work in progress must be taken in factory overheads. In that, you must add the opening work in progress and subtract the closing work in progress. After, you have to put the heading office and administrative overheads. In that, you take the items related in the sum general expenses. Only the item was related to the office and administrative overheads. The amount was 32,500. Now, you add the item 8,07,250. Now you got 8,39,750. It called as cost of production. Then after that, you add opening finished goods 6,000. Now the got the amount 8,45,750. Then after subtract closing finished goods 15,000. These items already given in the sum. Stock of finished goods opening, stock of finished goods closing. So, opening finished goods must be added 6,000, closing finished goods 15,000 must be subtracted. Now, you got 8,30,750. It named as cost of production of goods sold. Then after the continuation of the sum, add selling and distribution overheads. In that heading, the selling expenses must be considered. Selling expenses 9,250. 9,250 was added to the cost of production of goods sold. Now you got the amount 8,40,000. So the next, in sum, they are given the sales 8,60,000. You got the total cost 8,40,000. The sales was 8,60,000. The difference between the total cost and the sales was 20,000. 20,000 is treated as the net profit because the selling price was high. As compared to the total cost, you got the net profit. So the net profit in the sum was 20,000. Some items you are not took in the problem. Which items? You can first observe the items was not taken in the problem. The items was income tax, dividend, debenture interest, transferred to sinking fund, goodwill written off, payment of sales tax. All these items was not entered in cost sheet because it was not the nature of costing expenditures. It was excluded from the cost sheet. So these items was not taken for calculation of the profit. The next sum, we have to observe this. The next sum was prepare cost sheet of manufacturing company for the year ending 31st December 2014. So they asked prepare the cost sheet of manufacturing company for the year ending 31st December 2014. So here the year was started January and it was ended to the December. Here some items was given there. Stock of raw materials 40,000. So it was opening year. So 40,000 was opening balance. 50,000 was the closing balance. Stock of finished goods 1 lakh. It was opening stock. 1,50,000 was closing. Stock of work in progress 10,000 treated as opening. 14,000 is treated as closing. The other items in the problem was indirect labor. Indirect labor was took in factory overheads because it was not the direct expenditure. That's why this point was considered in factory overheads. Lubricants was factory overhead. Insurance on plant, it's also the factory overhead. Purchase of raw materials. Purchase of raw materials must be added to the opening stock. Sales commission, selling and distribution. Salaries of salesman. So they give the salaries of salesman. That's why this point was considered in selling and distribution expenditures. Administration expenses. It was considered in office and administration overheads. The next continuation of the sum. Carriage outwards. Carriage outwards means it was this expenditure was related to the selling and distribution overheads. Power. Power was consumed in factory. So it was treated as a factory overheads. Direct labor. Direct labor is must be added to the material consumed. Depreciation on machinery. This item was taken in factory overheads because the reason was machineries must be utilized in a factory for manufacturing of a goods. So these item related to the factory overheads. Factory rent. So it was factory related expenditure. So this item was considered in factory overheads. Property tax on factory building. You can observe this point. The tax was related to the factory, but the tax was paid for property. So property tax on factory building. Actually, these items not related to the cost sheet, but you must take in the cost sheet. Because the reason was property tax. After that, the property was utilized for factory purpose. That's why this point was considered in cost sheet. After that, sales. The sales point was considered in the last for calculation of your net profit and net loss. You can observe the sum in detailed manner with solutions. First, you have to put cost sheet as on 31st December 2014. So, in every that the cost sheet must be prepared at year ending. That's why the year ending date was 31st December 2014. The format of the cost sheet was particulars, rupees. So, inner column, outer column. First, always you take opening stock of raw materials, add purchases minus closing stock. Now you got material consumed 3,90,000. In this sum, carriage inwards was not given. That's why you not add the carriage inwards. So opening stock 40,000 plus purchases 4 lakh. So the amount was 4,40,000. Less closing stock 50,000. So 4,40,000 minus 50,000, you got the amount 3,90,000. It considered as material consumed. After that, you add direct labor 3 lakhs. Only single item was given, so it was directly posted in the outer column 3 lakh. Now the amount was 6,90,000. It was called as prime cost. Next, put the heading at factory overheads. In that heading, all expenses related to the factory you must be taken it. In that, indirect labor. Direct labor must be added to the material consumed. But here there was given the indirect labor. That's why this point was taken in factory overheads. 50,000. Next, lubricants 10,000. After continuation of the sum, insurance on plant 3,000, power 30,000, depreciation on machinery 50,000, factory rent 60,000, property tax on factory building 11,000. So, which items was related to the factory overheads? Those items must be entered in the factory overheads. Now, all these inner column items must be carried forward to the outer column. Now, you got 2,14,000. So, before you must add 2,14,000 plus prime cost. Now, you got the 9,400. It was treated as gross work cost. Now you add opening work in progress 10,000. Now the sum was 9,14,000. Next, subtract the closing work in progress 14,000. You got the 9 lakhs. Once again you see that the gross work cost was 9,04,000. So, in 9,04,000 you must add opening work in progress 10,000. You got the amount 9,14,000. After that, you subtract the closing work in progress 14,000. You got the 9 lakhs. It is called as net work cost. After, you have to put the heading office and administrative overhead. This was the heading. In that heading, all related expenses of office must be taken. In some, administration expenses 1 lakh. It was related to the office expenditure. The next one was cost of production 10 lakhs. So, net work cost and administrative expenses 10,000. You got 10 lakhs was the cost of production. After that, you add opening finished goods 1 lakh. Now you got the amount 11 lakhs. After that, less closing finished goods 1,50,000. You got the amount 9,50,000. It was named as cost of production of goods sold. After that, you have to put the heading selling and distribution overheads. In that heading, you take the items in sum. Sales commission 60,000, salaries of salesman 1 lakh, carriage outwards 20,000. So, all the inner column items was carried forward to the outer column 1,80,000. So, 9,50,000 plus 1,80,000, you got the answer 11,30,000. It was called as total cost. After that, in sum they are given the sales 12 lakhs. Then only you have got the information. The total cost 11,30,000, sales 12 lakh. So, you subtract the sales 12 lakhs minus 11,30,000. You got the amount 70,000. It was named as net profit. Net profit meaning was the selling price was 12,000. The total cost was 11,30,000. So, the selling price was higher as compared to the total cost. Now, you got the 70,000 is treated as the net profit. You have to observe the next sum. You are required to show cost and profit for the year ended 30th June 2016. They asked in the sum to show the cost. To show the cost means you find out the total cost of your production and profit. So, how much profit you got after production of your product. They asked in the sum. First you find out the total cost. After that you calculate the profit. Next items was purchases of materials 1,32,000, direct wages 1,10,000, rent, rates, insurance and work on cost 44,000, carriage inwards 1,584, stock on 1st June. Stock on 1st June means it was opening. So, it treated as a opening stock of raw materials. Opening stock of raw materials means opening stock 22,000. Finished products, that means the closing finished goods. Finished products means it was opening finished products. 1600 is units and 17,600 is considered as the rupees. The next, stock on 30th June. So, here you slightly observe that 1st June means opening balance. 31st June means it was treated as the closing stock. Closing stock of raw materials 24,464. Finished products 3,200 was units. The amount was not given. So, in this sum, we have to calculate the closing finished goods. In this sum, they given the units 3,200. They given the units 3,200 units, but the rupees amount was not given. It was closing finished good, amount was not given. But the opening finished goods units 1600, the amount was 17,200. It was given, but the closing information was not given. First, you have to calculate the closing finished goods also in this sum. Work in progress 1st June 2016 5,280. Work in progress first means it was a opening work in progress. Work in progress 30th June 2016 means it was closing work in progress. Cost of factory supervision 8,800. Sales of finished products. Here they given the sales of finished products. Sales of finished products means the meaning of sales 3,30,000. So, advertising and selling cost 70 pice per ton sold. Clearly you observe that advertising and selling 75 pice per ton sold. So, they say that 1 ton sold cost was 75 pies. But in the sum, how many tons you sold was not given. So, it was also the finding item. The next, 25,600 tons of commodity was produced during the year. So, in this year, the company total production was 25,600. The company total units produced was 25,600. So, the production was given, but the sold units was not given. So, in this sum, you clearly observe that so many missing items was there. So, first you have what the missing items in the sum. In the first missing item in the sum was, the closing finished goods units was given, but the rupees was not given. In these sum, finished good units, closing units was given, but the amount was not given. This was the missing point. And the second missing point in the sum, you can observe that they given 75 pies per ton sold. So, 1 ton cost was given. 1 ton sold 75 pies. But how many tons they sold? How many tons? So, sold tons was not given in the problem. So, it was also the missing item. 2 missing items in the sum. The first one closing finished goods. The second one was number of units sold. These 2 items must be calculated. 25,600 tons of commodity produced. They given only the produced production, not the selling production. You have to observe the solution in clear and detailed manner. The first, you have to put the heading cost sheet as on 30th June 2016, particulars rupees. First, you take opening raw materials 22,000, add purchases 1,32,000, add carriage inwards 1,584. So, all of these 3 items you must be added. Now, you got the item 1,55,584. After that, you have to subtract closing raw materials. The amount was 24,464. Now, you got the amount 1,31,120. So, it was named as material consumed. Once again, you observe that opening raw material plus purchases plus carriage inwards, the amount was 1,55,584. In that amount, you have to subtract the closing raw materials 24,464. You got the amount 1,31,220. It was named as material consumed. After that, you have to add the direct wages 1,10,000. Now, you got 2,41,120. It was treated as prime cost. Next, continuation of the sum. Main heading, add factory overheads. In that factory overheads, all the items related to the factory you must record it in inner column. In that sum, the factory related items was rent, rates, insurance and work on cost 44,000 was given in the problem. Factory supervisor salary 8,800 is also related to the factory overheads. So, you have to add 44,000 plus 8,800. You got the amount 52,800. This amount, before the amount you must add it. Now, you got the amount 2,93,920. It was named as gross work cost. After that, add opening work in progress 5,280. Now, you got 2,99,200. You subtract the closing work in progress 17,600. Now, you got the cost, net work cost 2,81,600. Next, the continuation of the problem. put the heading office and administration overheads. In that, in some there was not given any item related to the office. You clearly observed the sum. Office related items was not given in the problem. So, the item was not taken. So, before the item was carried forward 2,81,600, it was named as cost of production of goods sold. Now, you add opening finished goods. In some they given opening finished units 1600 units. The value was 17,600. So, that item only you have to take the rupees only, because the reason was all the points was related to the rupees you considered already now. That's why the opening finished goods in rupees 17,600. You have to add, you got the amount 2,99,200. Now, you subtract the closing finished goods. The closing finished goods units was given 3,200, but the amount was not given. So, it was missing point. You are calculated. How it was calculated? First, you clearly observe that there was need a simple formula for calculation of the closing finished goods. If the closing finished goods units was given, the amount was not given in the problem. So, the amount was calculated with the help of a simple formula. The formula was closing finished goods units 3,200 into cost of production 2,81,600 divided by number of units produced 25,600. Once again, I repeat the formula. Closing finished goods units into cost of production divided by number of units produced. So, closing finished goods units 3,200, cost of production before calculating point 2,81,600 divided by number of units produced during the year 25,600. Already in sum they given the last line. 25,600 units was produced during the year. So, 25,600 is the production units. Now, you got the amount 35,200. You must add, subtract this point, because 35,200 was closing finished goods. The closing item must be subtracted. Now, you got 2,64,000. is named as cost of production of goods sold. Next continuation of the sum was, you put the heading add selling and distribution overheads. In that heading, you take the point advertising and selling cost. Advertising and selling cost, they given 75 pies per ton sold. They say that 75 pies per ton sold. So, 1 ton cost was 75 pies. How many number of units you sold? It was not given in the problem. So, first you calculate the number of units sold. It was calculated with the help of finished goods. So, opening finished goods plus production minus closing finished goods. Opening finished goods units, they are given 1600 plus production 25,600 minus closing finished goods in units 3,200. Now, these two items must be added. After that, the item was subtracted. Then you got the number of units sold. After that, it must be multiplied with 75 pies per ton. So, these two items must be added. After that, subtract 3,200. You got the number of units sold. Then the amount was must be multiplied with 75 pies already given in the sum. Now, you got the amount 18,000. So, this item was added to the before cost of production of goods sold. Now, you got the amount 2,82,000. It was called as total cost. So, the sales was already given 3,30,000. Though the sales was 3,30,000, the total cost was 2,82,000. The difference between the sales and total cost was 48,000. This 48,000 is treated as net profit because the selling price was higher as compared to the total cost. So, 48,000 is treated as the net profit. Okay, you have to observe the next sum. The next sum was raw materials consumed. In sum, you clearly observe that they are given raw materially consumed. That means already they are calculated opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock equal to material consumed. So, this point was given in the problem. Raw material consumed means already they are done the work. The final amount was given 60,000. Direct wages 30,000. Mission hours worked 1,000. So, 1,000 is the hours, not the rupees. They clearly says mission hours worked. So, 1,000 was the working hours, not the rupees. Mission hour rate 2 rupees 50 pice. So, 1 hour mission rate 2 rupees 50 pice. Here the mission running time was 1,000. So, 1,000 into 2 rupees 50 pice, you must be multiplied. Then you got the mission hour rate in rupees. Administrative overheads 20% on work cost. You got the administrative expenses, took the 20% on work cost. Selling overheads 40 pice per unit. So, one unit selling cost 40 pice, but the number of units sold was not given. Units produced 20,000. During the year, the company was produced 20,000 units. Units sold 19,000 at the rate of 9 rupees 50 pice. Units sold means sales. The sales was 19,000 units, 9 rupees 50 pice. So, 19,000 into 9 rupees 50 pice, then you got the selling amount. You clearly observed that there was given the closing finished goods indirectly, not indirect. In before sums, you see that the closing finished goods was given in direct manner. But in this sum, the closing finished goods was not given in direct. How it was identified? Then see that the units was produced 20,000, but the units was sold 19,000. The company produced 20,000 units, but the company was sold 19,000 units only. So, the company closing units, how many they have? The 1,000. The 1,000 units called as closing finished goods. The closing finished goods was given in units, not in rupees. So, it was the indirect closing finished goods. Next after, you are required to find out profit for the period. They asked to find out the profit. So, for profit calculation, you first do the cost sheet. Now, the answer of the problem was cost sheet as on 30th June 2016. Particulars rupees. Raw material consumed. So, here there was no opening stock, purchases, closing stock. They gave the direct raw material consumed. So, the amount was directly posted in the outer column. Raw material consumed 60,000. After that, you add direct wages, this item only the single item, then you take it the outer column. Now, 60,000 plus 30,000, you got the 90,000. 90,000 named as the prime cost. Then you put the heading factory overheads. In that heading, you take mission hour rate, because in factory the production was done with the help of the missions. That's why the mission hour rate must be taken in the factory. The mission was run 1000 hours. The hourly rate was 2 rupees 50 pice. So 1000 into 2 rupees 50 pice. Now you got the rupees 2500. So 90,000 plus 2500, you got the 92,500. It was named as the gross work cost. The gross work cost was 92,500. The after continuation of the sum. At opening work in progress. In problem, there was no information related to the opening work in progress. That's why the amount was not considered. In sum, there was no inform the opening, so the amount was not considered before gross work cost 92,500 was taken. Less closing work in progress. Closing work in progress information was also not given in the problem. That's why we have not took the amount. Now you got the amount 92,500. The same amount was carried forward because the reason was opening progress and closing work in progress information was not given. Now the amount was 92,500. This amount is called as net work cost. Next, this was called net work cost. Next, add office and administrative overheads. It was the heading. Under this heading, you take the point administrative overheads. In sum, they already said now. The administrative overheads was 20% on work cost. 20% on work cost. In work cost was two types. Gross work cost, net work cost. Here they say that the 20% of the work cost, then only they say. So work cost means gross work cost or net work cost. Which point you consider? Always you consider the gross work cost, not the net work cost. So you clearly observe that in sum the gross work cost was 92,500. So 92,500 into 20%, you got the amount 18,500. So 92,500 plus 18,500, now you got 1,11,000. 1,11,000 named as cost of production. The cost of production in sum 1,11,000. The next continuation. At opening finished goods. The opening finished goods information was not given in the problem. So you took any amount. You have not to took any amount because the reason was the information was not given. That's why the amount was not entered. So the same amount was carried forward 1,11,000. Next, closing finished goods. The closing finished goods information was not given directly. It was given indirectly. Indirectly means the company was produced 20,000 units, but it was 20,000 units was the produced units. In that the company was sold 19,000 units. The company produced 20,000 units. The company was sold 19,000 units. The difference between these two amounts was 1,000. The 1,000 treated as the closing finished goods. So 20,000 minus 1,000. 20,000 minus 19,000 treated as 1,000 was the closing finished goods units, but the amount was not given. You have to find out the amount with the help of the formula. The formula for calculation of closing finished goods was closing finished goods into cost of production 1,11,000 divided by number of units produced 20,000. Now you got 5,550. So the closing finished goods 1,000 into cost of production divided by number of units produced 20,000. Now you got the amount 5,550. You must subtract these amount from the MO amount. That means 1,11,000 minus 5,05,050. 1,11,000 minus 5,550. You got the amount 1,05,450. It was named as cost of production of goods sold. Next, you have to put the heading selling and distribution overheads. In that, you consider the selling overheads. In some, they are given selling overhead 1 ton 40 pies. 1 ton cost was 40 pies. But how many tons they sold? They said now in the last point, 19,000 units was sold at the rate 9 rupees 50 pies. In that point, the company was sold 19,000 units. So, 19,000 units into 40 pies. Now, you got the amount 7,600. After that, 1,05,450 plus 7,600, you got 1,13,050. It was named as total cost. Okay. After the continuation of the sum, you see that net profit. The net profit was not given in the problem. So, how it was calculated? The difference between the sales and total cost, the net profit was relieved. So, you can clearly observe that first you take the sales. Selling units was 19,000 into the selling price was 9 rupees 50 pies. 19,000 into 9 rupees 50 pies, you got the amount 1,80,500. So, the selling minus total cost, you got the amount 67,450. It was treated as the profit. In sum, you calculate 2 points. The first point was closing finished goods. Closing finished goods was not given. You calculate with the help of a formula. Closing finished goods in units into cost of production divided by number of units produced. So, closing finished goods units also not given, but you take the difference between the production and selling. They produced 20,000 units, they sold 19,000 units only. The difference units was 1,000. So, 1,000 into cost of production 1,11,000 divided by number of units produced 20,000. Now you got the closing finished goods. After the second point, you calculate selling units. They sold 19,000 units. So 19,000 into 40 pies per unit. Then you got the selling expenses. Okay. In this sum, after that you calculate the profit 67,450.